Hey family, I'm back. I know. Don't mind, I may have to cut this short. Kids may find me. You see what I'm saying? All right, diving in deep here, guys. Going right into it. If you know somebody, if you're currently in this situation, if you know, like I said, if you know anybody in this situation, homelessness, this is something that really needs to be talked about. All right. I've been pretty big on these topics for the past few times. I've noticed when I was in this situation, I was looking for just basic information and I really could not find it. I was going off of word of mouth. Okay. And off of the faith of God, we ran into some really good people. Okay. All right. Now, if you're currently needing such items such as an ID, a driver's license, a birth certificate. I'm so big on this, you guys. So big. You guys know we're family. I love you. Please. Okay. Please reach out to your local resources. Sometimes they have vouchers to cover your ID, driver's license, birth certificate, social security card. I believe there's a fee to it if you do it in mail over here, but I'm not too sure about that. I know a social security card, if you go in person and you have your birth certificate and you have certain documentation stating that that is your child or your spouse with like a health card, a birth certificate, you have to have like 3 forms of ID and a mailing, some sort of mailing address for that person. You can get their social security card with no fee for free. I've done it in person. I believe it was in Las Vegas. I had to do that for my son. Okay, now, like I said, if you need an ID, birth certificate, social security card, I think I wrapped it. I'll save that for later. Anyways, yeah, that. If you need those things, please go to the Department of DSHS, Human Resources. Sometimes they have vouchers at the beginning of the month, depending on what your situation is. Go to churches, local homeless shelters. If you are enrolled in those programs, not all homeless shelters are just for homeless people. Most of them are for low income people. They usually have you fill out an application stating your needs and all your household information into that application. Sometimes it's online or it's in person, but majority of everything's online anyway. So, you know what I mean? All right. So if you need those items, please move into those resources. Look for them. They are out there. There's people out there. Some churches are called St. Michael, St. John, St. Vincent de Paul, Salvation Army. I know they help with Greyhound bus tickets. If you're in need of Greyhound bus tickets and you're currently homeless or facing homelessness, or you're gonna be kicked out, whatever type of living situation you're currently in, and you have someone you can move in with in another state, or you have another game plan in another state, Salvation Army is possible. It's possible, guys. I've seen it happen to other people. I'm one of them. They can help out with Greyhound bus tickets. Okay. Now, moving on. Moving on. If you're currently in a homeless shelter and you're looking to make a little bit of money, sometimes they normally you cannot apply for a job at the homeless shelter you are currently staying at. They do not allow that. Sometimes you would have to be out of their program for 6 months or a year, I believe it is, before you can work at that homeless shelter. So that's not an option. I've known people in the communities at homeless shelters in different areas. They would watch people's kids for money, but some homeless shelters do not allow that. I'm telling you right now. They do not allow that, and this is why I'm so like about paperwork. Read over your paperwork, okay? Because if they catch you watching somebody's kids, they don't want another resident to be liable, and there's a lot to go into it, okay? So read over your paperwork. Like I said, guys, you only have so many options, okay? apply for jobs and go that strategy, that rope. If you have no place to go and you're currently staying in a vehicle, in an RV, I would highly, highly recommend you enroll yourself into a homeless intake right away. Bottom line, okay? If you're traveling with kids, if you're homeless with kids, if you're taking a Greyhound with kids, guys, okay, just know their personalities are going to transfer. They're gonna be different one day, different the next day. Remember your surrounding from homeless shelter to homeless shelter. Be aware of what other people's kids are like, okay? Because if they're playing at the playground, and we all know we have certain bad apples, you see? So those are some things to really, really look out for, because not everybody is the same. Everybody's situation is different. Now, if you need help with driver's ed, reach out to the local resources I told you about now, okay? Really, 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 guys, really dive into that. Here's another thing. If you're homeless and you need a haircut, or you need your kids' haircut, or you need personal hygiene hair products, I wish there was a program for people's hair in homelessness shelters and things like that. They are out there, but since everything's happening the way it is, they're very limited. This is my advice to you. I would reach out to the local hairstylist barbershops near you and see if they can take either a form of a voucher from your homeless shelter, pledging for the bill, because sometimes they can do that, or from your caseworker, because sometimes they can do that, or your caseworker will know on where to get your kids' haircut, or even yourself. So they're out there. Sometimes they give gift cards away at the beginning of the month. Now it depends. These are donated, all right? If you have a vehicle, or you know somebody who has a vehicle, they can possibly give you gas cards. Sometimes they're $15 a month, sometimes they're $50, sometimes they're $25 a month for certain gas stations. So be on the look for that. Okay, another thing, moving forward, what is another tip? Yeah, guys, so I think I pretty much covered it. I know I'm missing a few things over here and whatnot, and I know I can't think of them off the top of my head right now, but those resources are out there. Free clothing closets, free clothing banks, they're all over the place. And another thing, okay, don't be ashamed. You know what I mean? Don't be ashamed. Don't feel down. Don't feel out. These resources are out here to help certain families, disability families. You know, it really depends on your family household. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope this helps somebody.